Okay, so welcome to today's meditation. We have a small group of 5 in the room. Feels quite peaceful, and we're going to move ourselves out of the conversation and into meditation. So I invite everyone to have a small conversation, small mental conversation with your body consciousness and with love and care. Acknowledge its contribution to everything that you are able to do with that body. You are able to speak. You are able to think with the physical brain. You are able to hear, smell, feel. You are able to have emotional responses. This is a most amazing apparatus that you have for use in this incarnation. And so I invite all of you and encourage all of you to take a moment and send love to this vehicle, to the body consciousness, and all the lives that make up this amazing vehicle that we have. It is so complicated, and yet it seems to work and harmonize and function. And together with this body consciousness, we have built this body consciousness in multiple lifetimes. So I invite it to relax and renew and take some time out. Invite it to willingly receive whatever healing emanations are available for you today here. So all the healing efforts of your own soul and the divine physicians and whatever it is your guides and other spiritual support might be doing will be amplified here, will be supported here by the general energy of this place, and possibly by the higher beings that choose to surround us, choose to be present during these meditations. And I can feel them now. I can feel a response from the higher beings. This is a beautiful thing. So welcome their support of the healing, renewal of your body consciousness. So gently slow down your breath. Incrementally make it a little deeper into your abdomen. Incrementally and up to the point which is still comfortable. Slow down your out breath. Breathe in all that is of a higher vibration and of value to the reconditioning of your earthly vehicles. And know that this is substantially the large and profound part of our spiritual work. It is to create conditions conducive to the receiving and transmitting of love, wisdom, goodwill, soul purpose. And our meditative practice is a beautiful and contributing part of our task. So in many ways, allow yourself to receive and feel the love. And it's useful and valuable for us to start with ourselves. Love your body consciousness. It is a most enduring and amazing companion. To Father, Mother, God, creator of all things, I ask for blessings for all these sacred children of God who are either here or listening in later on. May they receive the blessings of healing and renewal and reconditioning for their body consciousness. And may that point of awareness, which is the fragment of their soul that rests within that body consciousness, come to some higher understanding or experience regarding our third foundation for spiritual growth. That is the gift, the law of human free will. And we ask for support in this from the beautiful beings of the light, from all the places, all the times, all the dimensions, and all the realms that are available to consider our contemplation, to consider our meditation. And we welcome them. We welcome all the representatives of God and God itself. The highest expression that this meditation can draw from. We invoke that. To contemplate free will. Free will is the other side of a coin that describes our rules for growth and learning. The law of equalization is the other side, or karma, as it is sometimes called, although there are many things that are labeled as karma and labeled as descriptions of how karma works, which are not accurately the law of equalization. That other side of the coin we'll look at later on another day. Today we look at free will. So this is both a gift and a law. Humanity is given the opportunity to understand that which is for God, that which is not for God, that which constitutes personal growth and that which does not constitute personal growth. Free will is a part of the mechanism by which we are able to explore and understand, learn about, experience, express that which leads us closer to divine expression and that which does not. In its most extreme sense, that which is not leading us towards divine expression, if it is definitely leading us away, this is sometimes given the term evil. And most evil is a function of this exploration of free will, this use of free will within the human family. Much that we see is an expression of that we call evil, is an expression of that which does not lead an individual or group towards a more divine expression, and so leads them away from soul contact and which creates a state of being polarized on the earth plane. So free will is the way that we explore and test. Choice. Choice is the way in which we largely use our free will. This is the doing end of free will. We can choose to think, we can choose to act, In many cases, our emotional body responds to our choices with regard to thinking and acting. We are either aware of our emotional response or not. To contemplate that free will has limitations. Contemplate that the closer you get to an individual human, the more free will they appear to have. The further away we get, it might be seen that free will becomes less and almost becomes invisible at a much higher and broader perspective. As that individual becomes more obviously a part of a group, a part of a family, a part of a nation, a part of humanity on earth, as it becomes a part of the solar system, as it becomes a part of the galaxy, the sense of free will almost disappears. Contemplate that it is good to understand and start to explore and realize the limitations of our free will. There's a very wise person here at the center once said, our free will looks as if it operates within a box. We can go anywhere we like within a box. And the boundaries of the box are created by our own soul. They are created by the beings within which we exist. So it's limited free will. Contemplate that other humans, because of the context we live in, may limit free will to some degree. And for those that do the limiting, that do the suppressing, that do the isolating of others, this constitutes a karmic consideration. And in some instances, would absolutely fall into that category of human behavior so far away from a divine expression that we might call it evil. It's a person's own choice whether to call it evil. Only the ascended masters and those that live within the hierarchy use the term in this instance. So those that are much wiser, that are much more inclusive, that are much more unconditionally loving, that are much more non-judgmental than me, use the term. So the more that, in a physical sense, other humans restrict our free will, the more important it becomes to understand free will in terms of how we think, what we believe, how much we let that influence our experience of life, and how much we let that push us towards expressing as a less divine being. And our free will then becomes the challenge of finding full divine expression within and around and after the experience of being suppressed, oppressed, limited by other humans. The free will journey becomes focused on our inner capacity to understand the nature of our experience in a broader context. And to find the good in ourselves, or to find the strength that we were asked to find the wisdom that we were asked to find the non-judgment that we were asked to find, the unconditional love we were asked to find. To contemplate that free will is both a gift and a law. It is both an opportunity to express and an opportunity to understand the limitations of that expression. Understand that free will is a part, inherent, built in, foundational to being an individuated human. Contemplate that it will lead to a point of greater understanding of love and that which is not love, wisdom and that which is not wisdom, the will of God and that which is not the will of God. This is where the gift of free will lead us eventually. It's both a gift and it's a limited gift. Understand that the limitations do not extend to a limitation on being loving. Does not extend to a limitation on goodwill. There is no limitation on the amount of non-judgment. There is no limitation on the amount of unconditional love. The limitations are mostly to do with the form, the management thereof, the expression thereof. What it looks like, how it functions. The limitations do not extend to the soul qualities that describe the true essence of who you are. In every moment we have the free will option and choice to be non-judgmental, be unconditionally loving. To be non-attached to the form side outcomes. Contemplate that the higher our understanding of free will, the more that we value free will, then the more in time we realize the importance of being fully on board with other people expressing their free will. We need not be fully on board with what they do with that expression. Only at some point it is important for us to acknowledge that if we wish to have free will to express the highest good that we can, then it is spiritually, ethically important for us to fully accept the right of expression of free will by others. Contemplate that society may, quite correctly and intelligently, place limits on what it deems to be appropriate. How much harm it will allow one individual to do another. And so countries define their own individual laws and ways. contemplated is the most difficult, lest to understand that ultimately the expression of free will, good or bad, will lead to an overall higher vibration human species, and so will ultimately lead to enduring peace on earth, will ultimately lead to the manifestation of what is termed heaven on earth. God's vision for heaven on earth requires it to be populated by free thinking humans aligned with divine will and expressing unconditional love, non-judgment, and non-attachment. This is the vision that is set out for us. And it is important for us, as some of the pioneers of spiritual growth and evolution, to be at peace with the messiness required for humans to explore good and evil, right and wrong, so that we ultimately achieve that vision of earth that exists somewhere in our future. So as we come to the end of the meditation, take with you that which is of value for you at this time. Let everything else rest. Hold on to that which leads you forward, that you believe leads you forward, whatever it may be. I thank those beings of the light that are so welcome here, that are so gratefully received here. So Father, Mother, God, Creator of all things, look after these sacred children of God as they explore and navigate and grow and evolve. I honour the divine in them all, and we, as a collective, honour the divine in all. Thank you.